Today we break down the Grade 2 Demoiselle for the fillies at Aqueduct. And yes, it is a pick three kind of day. Riders up. Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Covered the Grade 2 Remsen for the boys earlier this week. Also, the Cigar Mile. Give those videos a look when you get a chance. Today it's time for the fillies and the Grade 3 or Grade 2 Demoiselle is race number 3 on the Aqueduct card. I know it's kind of odd. Aqueduct does this sometimes, but it also has race number 5, which is a Grade 2 Elite Power. So I thought it's a good opportunity to run a pick 3 with handicap in race number 4. So we're going to give you races 3, 4, and 5. And yes, today's video, we will spin the big wheel for the split the pot draw. It's going to be $20. The regular will be $20 every week. We split the winnings. Obviously, check the description for details. But right now, we're going to jump right into race number 3. So race number 3 is 1 1/8 around the dirt for 2-year-old fillies. One of the toughest races for a Kentucky Oaks prep you're going to see. Usually don't stretch them out this far, especially when it comes to the fillies. But we're going to do it here. So let's take a look at number 1, Jumping the Gun. Ships in from Delaware Park. She's made all 4 of her starts. She's won 2 stakes. A solid, this was a 2-turn mile at Delaware. So she's been 2 turns. But this effort right here was a little bit weak compared to the Small Wonder where she won by 3 3/4. She just didn't get it done down the stretch. You could see second call, she was right there on the lead, and then she just kind of gave way toward the end. And we'd like to see if the horse is moving forward and stretching out, that we'd like to see a little bit more coming late in the race than that. So there is some questions, even though sired by a gun runner, maybe just not mature enough to make those distances as of yet. But does have a nice draw in the inside rail post. Number 2, Shilling, one of the few speed horses in the race. Christopher Elliott will ride for Kenny McPeak. Coming in off a 4-length win in the Tempted, just a 1-turn mile. She got a pretty easy lead. Elliott took advantage of that. She was relaxed and then opened up at the top of the stretch. You could see her getting clear here by 4. That's back to back after the maiden breaker. The maiden was actually a lot better effort, held gamely down the stretch there to hold off Saratoga Party. So this one is a good looking filly. Kenny McPeak, known for producing these Kentucky Oaks type trailers. So doing pretty well here. She's got natural speed, and if she can break sharply, she could be dangerous. So I don't know if she's going to carry it 9 furlongs either. We'll see. Number 3, Zany, is one that debuted at a sprint at Gulfstream 6.5. Sometimes that doesn't always bode well for shipping up and going 9 furlongs, but it was a visually impressive looking debut. She's got a good stride, handled her rivals easily. The third place horse got dusted, and then she ended up clearing by 6.5. So they did run her wide open there at the end. So you always have to look at Gulfstream with some caution because they don't run that many dirt races compared to being on the all-weather, and other things. But adjusting for that, she was fast, professional. I think she'll get more distance. American Pharoah, she's got 7.5 average win distance on both sides of the pedigree there. So she should be good. Rapoli Stables, Irad Ortiz, uh, probably going to be one of your favorites, I would imagine. Todd Pletcher owns the Demoiselle. I'll talk about that in a little bit later. Now, number 4 concurrently is kind of hooked up with Believable. This one concurrently is a Chad Brown colt, or filly, I should say. The second choice probably per Prime Power, but probably on the board too. Took her three starts, or took her till the third start to break the maiden, but she did it well. She actually probably could have easily won had there been a foot difference closer or further away than the wire. She just got caught on this head bob right here where the horse's head was going backwards when Believable was going forwards. So it was like actually the worst case of the pendulum. If you think about a head bob, the one's going forward and the other one's going back because she was looking to be clear and actually looked like the better effort. But both efforts were equally good. She's shown fight down the stretch, which I like, can handle the extra distance just fine. Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt, can't go wrong there. Pratt's already ridden her 3 times, so that was going to be a very popular play. Ivy Girl, not going to spend a lot of time on. They pushed her to get into this race. $40,000 maiden claimer, uh, just way overmatched against this field. So we'll go on to believable. And this is another Rapoli, and this is Todd Pletcher. Johnny V picks up the mount on this one. And believable actually I thought should have got the win, or actually looked the better of the two, I should say, versus concurrently. Um, but she did get credit for the win. Last time in the Tempted, she was no match for Schilling, who got that easy lead. But I do think that this Curlin filly is going to be ready to rock. She can roll. She's got a good cruising speed. Has shown multiple styles where she could sit off. She set off it a little bit in the Tempted. Uh, Gonna add blinkers, I think, which is even better for her to get out front. Johnny V knows how to ride them, especially the juveniles. So I feel really good about her chances in this race. The 9 furlongs, I think, will suit her just fine. When I said Pletcher owns this race, uh, if you go to look at the Wikipedia page for the Demoiselle, he's probably got 7 wins in the last decade. Too many times to count that he's won this race multiple times. Obviously, Brad Cox, Chad Brown, all those. But he might have the top 3 horses in this race. But I'm going to take the 6 believable for the win. And then I think a trifecta key box using that 6 with the 1-3-4 sounds like a good plan. And we're going to leg one of the pick 3. We're going to go 3-4-6. I think the number 1 horse is probably the odd one out on the chances to win the race. So while we're here, let's go ahead and spin that big wheel for this week's Split the Pot winner. Now, if you want to enter future draws, hit that subscribe button, click that like, leave a comment. That gets your name in the draw. I pull those usernames. So I usually only take the recent ones. So over the last week and a half, 10 days or whatever, I go back. Then that's usually what I do. So you want to stay engaged. You want to stay current with the videos and the comments. So just drop a comment. Give me a single in race 3, 4, or 5. Remember, we spin the wheel twice. The first name is the winner. The second one is the alternate entry. And you have until noon Saturday to contact me. And both of you should contact me either way we go. So now, DJ, spin that wheel. Congratulations at Grandeur, Delaware. You win the $20 bet on me this week. And you know the rules. If we win any money, you get half the pot. So to claim that prize, email me at BILLYAH35 @yahoo.com. And your first alternate is at Leonard Brazil. And you can claim that prize if the winner fails to reach out. So be sure, both of you, to email me right away. Remember the noon Saturday deadline. Now let's continue on. We're jumping to race number 4. Race number 4 is an 88K N1X. We're going 6 furlongs on the dirt, 3-year-olds and upward. Linda Rice, she rocks at Aqueduct. She's the leading trainer. You can see she's winning at a 28% clip. And Irad Ortiz aboard Despo's Dream. Just everything looks good for this horse to definitely get her done. But the only issue is she's been off since August of 2024. So this was the return November 13th right here. And she lost the rider out of the gate. So going to get a do-over. So basically still hasn't raced in over a year. That's tough. I generally only go past 6-8 months. It depends on how they're training leading up. I know Linda can get them ready. She's brilliant off long layoffs. So I will use in the pick 3 just out of respect for her and Irad and that inside rail post winning at a 30% clip. but maybe not as much for the win as the other ones. So we'll go to Army Gal next. This is her other one. Her hitman is Jose Lascano. She really likes using him. She's like the go-to jock for her, I should say. This combo is deadly. You can see it 29% over the last 60 days, plus 93 ROI. Then you see all these great stars, all this right here. So Lescano's on fire. 6, 3, and 3 and 19 mounts recently in the last couple of weeks. Army Gal by Army Mule. Sire's great sprinters. So I really like that as well. This one is looking like a really, really top level contender. I think I would prefer this one over the number one horse. More recent experience at Aqueduct, has a win going 6.5 in the state bred, then stepped up to the 88 N1X and ran third versus similar. So I think if she moves forward off of that a little bit, then we're going to be in good shape. La Grande Artsnana, whatever. Not going to go here. 33K maidens at Finger Lakes. I always equate this as AAA ball versus, or I always equate this as single A ball versus AAA. It's just not on the same level coming in, jockeys, trainers, all that stuff. So pass on that. Mila Candy. This one's getting a little class relief. You can see running at 127 and then 110. Did run quite well when it was pulled off the turf at 5.5. So that is a fast track that day. So that bodes well for this turf to dirt run here for Catermancy. And Manny Franco is just a solid jock, very underrated. So Mila Candy is one that you could see using. I could see her contending if she's ready. So do with that what you will. Probably would use in exotics, maybe not on the pick three ticket. Then you have Practical Love. I do like Practical Joke progenies and sprints. Pretty good speed there by Into Mischief. Practical Joke is. So Bill Mott, Johnny V, hook up here. Lots of 6 and 7 furlong races. Lots of Aqueduct experience. Well, 4 races at Aqueduct, just 2/3. So not a lot of winning experience. So probably one you would look for exotics plays. Has some good efforts, but just not getting there, not holding it down the stretch, not getting that rally. So we'll pass on that. This one is the interesting one to me is Layered. This is obviously Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt. Instantly, he's going to take a lot of money. Won the Maiden Breaker at 6 at Monmouth, then went to the Merrifield and ran 4th. Chased inside. It says no bid, but the horse ran okay. It was still kind of running. Just didn't get there, and then moves up to this company on the turf, going a mile and a 16th. That doesn't seem like the plan for Chad Brown. I think maybe just more of a training technique to get this horse tightened up for this race or races like it. Clairvitz Stables, well known. So number 6 Layered. I think picking up Pratt. She's going to be ready to fire her best. Then you have number 7 Meg's Foxy Gray. 3-year-old filly stepped up a little bit, improving, going 7 in her last 2. Both speed figures were in the 80s, win for 50K. I think should have a chance to get out on the lead and maybe sit a pace for Michelle Nevin. And then Ricardo Santana picks up the mount. So probably a little bit out, I wouldn't say outclassed, but she's 2 out of 3 at this distance. So this one I'm probably going to take a closer look at than when I got down to my bottom picks. Sandy's Garden is horse number 8, 6-year-old mare, bounced between Grabowski and Joseph Lee for most of her last couple of years racing. The speed figures are a little bit weak, like I said, coming out of Finger Lakes. Does have a win at Aqueduct, going the distance back here against optional claimers. That's much less competition. Been off for 3 months, 8% wins. First time blinker, 17%. That's with 1 out of 6. So, positive ROI. I mean, you could do worse for, I guess, an underneath play. But that's race number 4. So I just can't shy away from Linda Rice in these sprints. And I'm also going to use the number 6 Layered. So I'm going 1, 2, 6, leg 2. I know it's kind of chalky, but that's just how I feel about it. Now I might take a closer look at number 7, or I might add in number 7 if the 1, 2, or 6 happens to scratch out. So let's jump over to race number 5, the Elite Power. We're going 6 furlongs. All right, this is a good race. Lots of good 3-year-olds. El Grandeo comes in for Linda Rice. And we are going 6 furlongs, and we just spoke up how well Linda Rice does in these sprints. Now you give her Flavian Pratt, you give her a good horse, you give her the rail post. So 2 for 2 over the last 14 days, these two are. So she's probably glad to get a little piece of Flavian Pratt in her corner for some of these races because her win percentage is going to go way up. So, sharp 6 furlong win last out. plenty of graded stakes back class. Just missed the Withers by a nose behind Uncle Heavy back in the day in February of 2024. Is stepping up today, but this horse has danced the big dances and fits well on class and tactical speed. So very live. Also live, Full Moon Madness. Owns probably the most Aqueduct experience. I'd say 12 starts, 4-2-2. So 4 wins at the distance in 9 starts for Michelle Nevins. So this one is definitely one you have to have take a long look at. Working well coming in too with a sharp workout on November 28th, going 4-49. So all things point to this one pretty good. Back in March, fired a massive 111 speed figure in the tomfoolery. I don't know where that came from, but that was a peak effort. And then, of course, everything fell apart after that. Well, at least to bounce the next race, which is, to be expected from a horse that fires their best career race, but slowly ticked back up a little bit better in the next 2 out. Then took a break, came back in the park sprint, almost got there against Bucarino at 4-1. That was a really good race. And then the Bold Ruler, third by 3 lengths behind Damon's Mound and Bucarino once again. So Full Moon Madness in play on the ticket. Dangerous here. Now Acoustic Avenue could be an interesting one. This is here's your Linda Rice and Hitman Jose Lescano in this one. Closed a bit late to finish third in that Hudson, then second by a nose, by a head, then wins by a head previous to that, all going 6 furlongs. The last 3 at Aqueduct. So she's got 12 starts at Aqueduct, 3, 2, and 4, and 14 at the distance, 6 wins, 3 and 3. So that's 12 of 14 in the money. So put that one on your ticket. Now we'll go to Just Beat the Odds, Greg Sacco. Some of the strongest raw speed figures. 99 last out, going 6 furlongs. Then a big 107. Then 91 previous to that in a 5-length victory. All against weaker company. Got clipped by a neck by surveillance in that optional claimer. This one is an interesting one. Oh, excuse me. The horse is improving. So good tactical foot. I would not go against you. Major pace factor, to say the least. I mean, you can see these pace figures across the board with the ability to run that strong middle to late pace. So check back Saturday morning. I may actually be doing some adjustments when it comes to the pick 3 ticket. And that one in particular, Just Beat the Odds, looks pretty good on paper. Now we have number 5, St. Jude. 100 speed figure last out at Delaware. That's pretty solid. Class jump is a concern, much tougher group and a far deeper track. The connections are solid, but not dominant. I think I'll be looking elsewhere. You'd need a perfect trip on that one. Now, number 6, Subrogate. That's Jorge Duarte. Ired Ortiz picks up the mount. Hasn't quite returned to the form that you can see that he worked his way up to right here, where he actually his connections gave him a shot in his grade 1 Vanderbilt, which he didn't fare very well. But I mean, that's some tough company going. That's some of the elite sprinters in the country. So can't fault them for that. Then you can see the Mr. Prospector and some other minor league stakes races much better. Probably should have won the Dave's Friend. Holy Toledo there didn't give a good ride, in my opinion. You can see left lead, Willing. This is where I got, I think, my idea. Left lead and Willing. Definitely saw it in that one. I also saw the left lead in this one when there was no rally down the stretch. I think that it was well into the stretch drive before the horse switched leads. So if you put Ired on this horse, it changes everything. I think that you could get this horse in there very well. He probably did the best he could aboard him against Vanderbilt, against much tougher company. So I think this horse is live, arguably the best closing jockey in New York, Mr. Ired Ortiz. Now, like I said, I think that I did see a few others that I liked. What my original plan was I'm going to single the 6 Subrogate on the pick 3 ticket. And I wanted a single so I could spread a little bit in the other ones and maybe bump up the price of the ticket a little bit. So I'm going to go with Subrogate for the win. And then the 1-2 punch, El Grandio and Full Moon Madness underneath that one. But I also liked, I do believe, was it the 4? No, yeah, it was the 4. Just Beat the Odds. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one for maybe a value exotics underneath play. But the 6 horse in leg 3. So here's a couple of pick 3 tickets to think on. I just did a dollar pick three for this one. So I went 3, 4, 6 in leg one. That's the Demoiselle. Then race number four, I went 1, 2, 6. Then leg three, I went the single, the six. So in reverse, I made this a $2 pick three and singled the six in leg one, then 2, 6 in leg two, and then I went 1, 3, 6 in leg three. So I might do some other stuff with that. So you're definitely going to want to check back Saturday for the post scratch adjustments. Make sure you're sub to the channel for future draws. Even if you leave a comment in this one, maybe you missed the draw this time around. If you're a new subscriber, you'll go into next week's draw. Because like I said, I look back a week to 10 to 12 days. I don't go back 3 weeks. I don't go back that far because people will leave comments and then, just kind of say, well, there's my entry. I'm in there every week. I don't need to leave a comment. So I want you to stay engaged. I want you to keep up because I like reading the comments. I read them all, whether or not I click the like button or not. So that's it for the show. I really appreciate you sticking around watching me today. Leave that comment, hit that like button on your way out, and we'll see you soon.